August 8th. It's Enoch 22. I'm with some of these guys from Giggity Racing League. I got Kate Taddy. I got Trey. Good evening,
What's up,
guys.
guys?
What's up? What's
We're
up?
back. It's giggity. It's time to get giggity.
Yeah, I'm gonna get giggity with it. Yeah, that
Get,
didn't sound right coming. I don't know.
no,
Yeah.
and
Let's.
we don't
All
want to
right.
get copyrighted either,
Cut.
and so we're gonna be
Cut.
good.
Take two. No, I'm just kidding. No,
But
where are we racing tonight, guys? We got Watkins
We
Glen
got the
first, huh?
Glen coming first, yeah.
Dude, that's sick. I
This is
love
going to
the
be the
Glen.
first time our Xfinity drivers have hit a road course. And this is season 2 of Giggity, and we did no road courses in season 1. So this is the very first time these guys are hitting a road course.
All right.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. If you thought short track racing was crazy, bumping and banging is going to be even more. Now we got nearly 10, 11, 12 corners, different banks, different braking zones. That's the one thing you're going to have to watch out for here. Different guys, different braking points. Some guys are going to get ran over. It may not be intentional, but some tempers are going to flare.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna flare. You think about turn one, man. Just right off the start, right off the restart. There's gonna be something that happens, and for me myself, I try. I don't want to be directly behind someone because if I don't know their breaking points, right? I try to fan it out a bit, or the best I can. I want to see what these guys are gonna be able to do, and to see uh, how they're going to be able to get through turn one. And then the S's, if they're too wide, like, man, I don't know. That grass is slick. So I'm
So,
pretty pumped to
what I'm
see.
saying, you got to worry about turn one, the S's, the bus stops, the chicane, and the last two corners as well. So you might as well just say you got to watch out everywhere on this track.
Yeah, yeah, you're
It's
right.
it is the one thing I know. I'm saying, like you said, they have to get at least three laps and get spread out because that's when everybody's going to be cautious. I was saying that's what's kind of going to make it a little more difficult. Where most guys are going to try to drive it in, while other guys try to back it up, just trying to make it through the first corner. And that's what I'm seeing a lot. That's probably when we see a lot of problems at.
So, Enoch, I know that you don't know a whole lot of these drivers in the Xfinity series, but with who you guys do know, who you guys looking at to be the top contender here at the Glen?
So for me, you were saying that Marcus won both races last week, right?
Yeah, double points
Is
tonight.
Marcus
He
in
won
this?
the both poles. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And if you look at Marcus, I see that you're looking at the fastest speeds of the day. Marcus is actually sitting P2 with practicing with Noco all day. So
All right,
I think I agree. He's going to be somebody to watch out for.
But
dude, I can't
I'm
wait
gonna
to
throw a
see.
name out there. We haven't set. We haven't. Not saying he hasn't been around a while. That's K Mac. He's always a fast guy on presets,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
one of
one.
our Cup drivers. Yeah, and he's dropping down
All
here. He
right,
won the dash race.
shoot.
Which also to everybody out there, Trey and I, we were in the dash race tonight. We didn't make it. The three drivers advancing are K-Mac, RJ Smitty, and Boomhauer. Our three Cup drivers dropping down here and finished 1, 2, 3 in the dash.
So how many drivers are we gonna have tonight at the Glen?
Uh, I think we're scheduled to have 12. Originally it was 13, but one of the drivers didn't make it tonight. So I believe just 12 at the Glen.
All right, 12.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good field. And think about
yeah.
it, road courses, man, ringers. You're gonna have some ringers here. Let's see who's gonna be pulling out those fast times and who's gonna be 2 seconds off or so. It's okay
Yeah.
if
Well,
someone's 2 seconds off. Maybe that's just not their forte, right? They could be
I'm
good at other
saying,
things, and
like
it'll be interesting.
a lot of guys don't prefer road courses, but to be honest, those guys are usually the guys you might want to watch out for. Because if I was them, I would just take it easy. Because a lot of these guys that are fast, they're going to push their cars, and they're going to make the mistakes. As the other guy who's back at this cruising through the corner, it's going to make up a lot of time doing that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys are going to push, and they're going to go through the grass. They're going to go through the bus stop. They're going to spin out. Now, Because we raced at a couple other road courses, like in the trucks, you raced at Canadian Tire Tool, where Noco had the best truck, but he made some mistakes at the track that cost him a lot of time and he was able to get it all back together in the third stage, but he lost a lot of time in the first two stages by making just a little bit of mistake, overdriving one corner and driving off the track next time. So that's a lot of things you might see early off in the race. Some of these guys are maybe taking it easy and just riding out until the third stage.
Yeah, you never know. And one thing too, these guys that are going to be fast, that are going to be smooth, when they get up to someone, they're going to have to pass him. You're going to have to wait for that person to make a mistake, or you're going to have to figure something out. And
Well,
where are you going to pass on this track?
well,
Where are
you
you going to
got your
do it?
passing zones. You got your passing, like saying turn one,
Two lights out.
just the bus,
Let me know if you
the
got him.
We got him.
yeah.
We can go. Well, all right, let's do this.
You have passing zones,
Right.
so it's just make like saying setting them up and like being patient. I know you want to get past them, but there's safe places to pass. Like turn one, the bus stops, and the final two corners. Those are your best spots to make a clean pass. To at least get to make it clean.
All right.
Now you can try to make passes on the in the S's, but it's
They're
gonna be
gonna back
tricky.
out, guys.
They're going to back
Oh, they
out.
do.
All right.
Yeah, one of the drivers didn't make it.
Oh, shit, I didn't even go to the live race. I was trying to get this all on my computer too at the same time. It works. That works. I'm cool with that.
But yeah,
But
like I said, there's
yeah,
zones like I said, there's zones you can pass at, and you just gotta be patient to get to them places to make the passes. But who do you like? As I know, we all talking about like say Marcus gonna be up there, but who are some other regulars we should look out for? I know one guy, Larson, who's leading the points. He's probably he might not dominate, but I feel like he's gonna have a solid run.
well, you guys know better than I do with these drivers. Taddy, you know, you've been running with all these guys too, just like Trey. Who you got? Who you think's going to be a sleeper? Who's
Uh,
going to be a dark horse here?
Actually, I was
Or who's
looking
a
at when
favorite?
you posted on the top 10 of the daily leaderboard, and I'm in the Ford camp, and Kay Larson, he's got one of the top 10 lap times up there, and a
Yeah.
109's no slouch. I mean, that's a pretty good lap time. I know Boomhauer, he was on all afternoon practicing the Glen, not so much at Atlanta, and he was
Right.
hitting 111s, and now he's down in the 109 mark too. So um, I'm gonna go with Smitty, who actually qualified on the pole for the Cup Series for non-regular, and then my dark horse is gonna be Larson. I know that he's a points leader, but at a road course, it's up in the air. I'm gonna say he's a dark horse.
Yeah, he's not too far off of Noko, Marcus, and Smitty. That's pretty good, and Boom's right there too. We'll have to really see how these guys how they roll, you know. And we were talking about getting wrecked in turn one. You know, who's going to be able to survive that? We can have someone that'll have the slowest lap time that somehow pulls off a victory
Well,
if
that's
there's a
another
mishap.
thing
You got to keep the car
you
clean.
might have to think about is fuel strategy, because a lot of guys shift differently. Like some guys take corners in third gear instead of dropping to second,
Yeah,
and that can
good point.
save fuel
Heck of a good
can
point.
save you some. You can save fuel doing that. So that's another thing you got to watch out for. And
Yeah.
like I say, I wouldn't count out. Like I say, I know one guy, Roofer. He like I say he played a little strategy at Canadian Title, and
I'm gonna join this now. I don't know if you guys sorry to interrupt you there, Trey.
maybe not right off, but maybe can play a different strategy. Go a little longer on fuel mileage. See if you can, like say, see if you can stretch it. But the one thing you gotta think about here, this track is technical, so there may be a lot of cautions. But you, like say, you just gotta plan out, see to hope you can be on the right end of a caution call. Maybe we get
All right.
about 2 or 3 early, but get a long stretch of green flag running.
Yeah.
So real quick before they get going, they did qualify and they had to back out. They are not going to get in qualifying order. The points have been given. The highest qualified regular was Marcus. I don't know where he's going to start in this, but instead of doing the one pace lap, they're just going to go ahead and send it on green.
All right, let's do it. And, I've just joined in with them getting through turn 2, going up the S's. On
Looks
the
like the 88
car.
was out of shape.
I don't know.
I think there
Trying
may
to find
be
who the leader is here.
maybe
Looks
a
like the game
caution
caution
here,
came
huh?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, 19
I seen
car.
the 88 get spun.
Brian.
I wonder if some of these guys just didn't know. Cause it looked like a lot of
They might
guys
have been congested. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hey, they get a caution. Just, they'll brush that off their shoulders. Now we get to be there for this restart. I'm gonna try and get to the back of the pack. I want to see what it looks like from back there. From my own opinion, I want to see how they can do it. I was in a race once, or the league that I was in, we had a Watkins Glen race, right? And this dude went from 9th to 3rd by the S's. He ended up winning the race. He just snuck his way through there. It was pretty cool to see. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm with that 22 in the back. Let's see everyone slowing down. He's doing a good job of that. Everyone is. All right.
Oh, they stacked up front.
Yeah, it looks like one of the cars.
Going into the S's.
Oh my gosh! And I was kind of worried about
too.
too.
Contact 18 to 20.
The 22 and the 88
Looks like they
as
kept
well.
it straight. Now how did they? Oh, got caught up in the wall. Out coming out the S's.
Like
Trey, you called it. K-Mac up there in the 55 is just taking off right now. Ooh, another dark horse here. Go with the flow, sitting in second. Good run for him. He's a series regular between 2 Cup drivers.
Hey man, yeah, more power to him. See, practice. You got to practice.
He's coming on. He got through that chicane real good. He's got to run.
Wow, he's going around that carousel. Yeah, he's floated through the mid.
He's got a good run. He's got a good little vehicle right there in the Go Bowling 00 Ford Mustang.
They sure do, man. They're on lap 4 or 9 in the first stage. He's got some time.
Are you on Boom's team also, so you can see?
I sure am. Yep. Got 28.
But don't look now. But the guy on 4th is trying to creep into this, and that'll be the 18 of Marcus. He's usually got a fast car here, so let's see if he can work his way up there.
Yeah, I talked to Marcus. We've raced together a lot. We're friendly with each other. And this guy is very dedicated to whatever he puts his mind to, and it's good to see him get those wins. It's nice to hear, so good job. And thanks for everyone who's joining in, watching Giggity Racing League. We're here with these Xfinity cars at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a heck of a time.
Looks like Smitty got through in the grass a little bit. So they go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Went through the chicane a little hard. Yeah.
Marcus got by Flows. He's now the highest placed series regular.
Yeah, you got to be smooth. Right, Trey? You said that before. You got to be smooth. Marcus is looking real smooth right now. He's creeping up behind that 11. Wow, this is gonna be some. Oh, look like the 28 got loose.
That's
trying to get to the last
points leader.
Kay Larson getting into the last turn, or getting out of the second to last turn, may have gotten a bit loose, went into the wall.
Sorry about that, guys. We hear the noise in the background. My dog's going a little crazy.
Oh man, they all.
I'm up here with the leaders, and the leaders getting close up there.
They are.
It's a 3-way battle now with the got caught in the grass to be 20 on roof rate.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to push the subject though at this point. I'm gonna ride there and wait for. I would wait for someone to make a mistake, but these guys aren't. The 55 rides right through the grass into that inside wall. He's stuck. Oh, he's losing a ton of spots. K-Mac lost a lot of ground there, but there's stages. He's got time. He's got time. He'll be all right. 98 looks like he's on pit road.
He's also not a series regular, so
Oh
He
yeah.
doesn't need to do anything in these stages.
No, no, good point. You know, last week though for the regulars we had those double points, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna help some of the other guys. And hey, he's in here. He wants to win, so I wouldn't sweat it. Keep going with it. And you know, again, thanks for everyone. Kevin, you're on here. Ryan Morgan, going for the Toyotas, Titans. Wishes he could be there. Uh, it's some good racing here.
Oh,
Yeah,
got
but-
thrown way off the track. That's a 19. He looks like he might have missed a turn 1 entrance.
Ryan seems to be having some problems here at the Glen.
Ah,
You know,
Right.
this is a whole different breed. You know, I'm happy to see Marcus up there still running in the top. You know, too.
Ooh,
Actually,
as you
he's
say
going
that,
for the
Marcus
lead
is
right
going
now.
for the lead right now. He
What
gave
a
the
move! He
bumper to
puts the fender
Smitty.
to him. But some of these guys are just used to the turning left on the asphalt
yeah.
oval tracks, and this is a whole new breed. You know, so we might see. We were talking about dark horses like Larson and Flo, who had a good run here at the beginning, but come the end of this race, you might have people that you wouldn't expect to see. People might be just getting in position right now that started in the rear. Or it's not quite the same as the oval where you can just pass people and use the
course.
draft as easily. You gotta wait for others to make mistakes. It's not easy to pass.
And like say, like what just Marcus did, he waited and patiently and got around Smitty. And
He
did
was
that-
so
it was- he-
smooth with that pass too,
Yeah.
Trey.
Yeah, and like I said, you had passing zone, and
Yeah.
those last 2 turners, you got to set them up. And
I
he
also want
did
to
it
throw out
perfectly.
how long it actually takes to make a pass, because he set him up coming off the carousel, and he didn't complete that pass until coming to the start finish line.
My gosh, dude, he did an excellent job with that. Let's see how he gets through the bus stop like butter. Dude, that's textbook right there. He's just got to keep his cool, you know, don't overdrive this car, that Toyota, that 18, and keep going. That 11 looks like he may be trying to really push it to keep up with the 18, but you guys mentioned it. You gotta have a nice rhythm, gotta be smooth. The 3 gets into the grass coming through the carousel, but it doesn't affect him too much. But the 55 is trying to make his return towards the front as he gets around that 3.
Real quick, the 98 of Eternal Rest looks like he is probably lagged out.
Yeah, I saw him on.
Man, he's been having some hard time with that lag issue that he's been having.
That's too bad, man.
We got a little battle
this
back
should be
here
the
with the
last
20
lap.
of Rupert. Oh yeah, they just took the white. So we got the 20 of Rupert, the 55 of
Ooh,
K-Mac,
the
and
3.
the second place in points, Little Man in the 3. Yeah.
Wow, man, that
Right.
3 just went right through that 55. The
He chose to
55
start in the
slowed
rear.
down, yeah. The 55 slowed
Yeah.
down, let him by, and it was right back in it. I think that was a smart move by him.
The
See
3
if I can
chose
get to
to
that
start in the
leader.
rear as he got no practice laps in here.
Really? Well, let's see if he can, you know, let's see if it builds up by the end of this race. But right now, looking at that 18, the 11's
He's
not
looking
letting him go
strong.
too far. You know, that's good to see. That's not too bad.
Like saying, and I think that'll be the end of the stage. So I think we have a
there
caution
may be
come
a
out.
caution because yeah, they're all stopped. Let me try and go through the field. I guess the 19 up through the S's again. I mentioned it. The S's are tricky. You know, you hit a little bit of grass and you could ruin your day a bit. It's too bad that there's a caution for that, but Marcus with that stage win, congrats, brother. Very nice. And
Very
let's
good.
see if anyone goes with a different type of strategy. We're going to restart again, right? And we're going to be on turn 1. And oh man, I don't know what to expect. You guys got any ideas?
Man,
It's too late,
I'm
right?
just hoping they calm down in turn 1. You know, you already know what you got. You know who's faster than you. There's no reason to push it.
Ooh, the
It
19.
looks like the 19 didn't pit, and I think he was just trying to get out of the way before going into turn 1,
I
and he
believe
got to the
so.
grass probably and hit that wall. As I'm thinking Boomhauer didn't pit either, as he was a little farther back.
Yeah, and the 88 had a little trouble slowing down going into turn 1. He bumps a few of these guys, but not too much damage as the 22. Yeah, man, he's doing a heck of a job right now.
Yeah, but
Boom
Smitty
at
is all with the
first.
back bumper.
Oh
But
I
now,
yeah,
like
he
actually
I
want
is.
said,
to right behind these guys. Oh, going into the S's here, side by side. That's a rough one to go. But right behind these top three is Smitty and Marcus. They've been up here. Boomhauer we talked about. Here comes Kay Larson, the points leader, staying with these guys now. Also, Go the Flow's back in the picture.
Wow.
but you see what RJ's trying to do. He's trying to get him in the spot, but here comes Lawrence up the middle.
Man, see,
And
this is what he wants to see back there.
Larson may overdrove that corner. He's
Oh
gonna take
yeah,
it
he
real
did.
wide.
Yeah, he
He
did.
come back in though. He come back in. I think he's in
Wow.
second now.
He is.
Good
He is.
save.
Dude, he flew through the entrance of that corner, man.
You know that corner though, turn 6. It's got plenty of room for if you shoot it too
Oh
hot.
yeah,
That you can
could
actually
use
drop
that.
gear and get right back on it.
Definitely,
But
definitely.
I think he overdrove one. He overdrove one.
Oh, he did. I think Smitty may have gotten the gas a little too hard, a little too soon. He looked like he got a little loose, but he's still keeping it together.
But this is what Boone wants. He wants him to be racing and mess
Oh,
up,
heck
and he
yeah.
gonna pull away right now.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Also, real quick, back on the turn 6 idea, I want to throw this out there that he's able to do that now. Larson was where you can shoot it hard.
Oh, Boone
and get back on.
mistakes.
Oh, Boom makes a mistake, gets in the grass.
Wow. And so does that 18 Marcus.
So turn 6 now has that concrete patch. Same as right here where you see Boomhauer
Yeah.
coming off the carousel. That used to not be that extra asphalt. That used to be grass. And turn 6 used to be, instead of having that big patch of asphalt, it used to be a sand pit right there.
Sand trap, right?
So the adjustment, people are now able to make a little bit of a different line going into this. You can drive it a lot harder.
Yeah,
And
this
as
track's
we've
more
seen with Larson
forgiving for
earlier,
sure.
it works.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was
But
really
here
surprised.
comes
at that.
RJ. He's gonna try to get by Boone. He's closing the gap. But like I said, you have to be patient. You have to set him up.
Yeah,
And
just
what
like
he's doing right
Marcus
now,
is doing, you know.
He looks like he took a higher arc, trying to get that diamond off the corner, maybe sticking his nose underneath Boone. But if I was
Larson's right back in the picture.
Yo, he really,
got
yeah,
by,
he is.
Marcus for that top Xfinity driver right now.
I thought that Marcus was going to lose a lot more ground going through the bus stop last time. And
And here
he's
comes RJ,
still
look to
there.
the inside, boom. He's gonna try to set him up for the bus stop.
Whoa.
Is he gonna make it stick though? He's got a good run.
He's on his bumper, going through the carousel. He's outside.
Ooh, those are-
Oh, boom,
Oh,
gets
that's
into the
exactly-
grass.
That is exactly what Kay Larson wanted to see right there. He was just sitting back there waiting for the mistake, like we talked about earlier. The mistake happens. Now Kay Larson is your leader. Looks like Flo just got by Marcus for what is now second place as well.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like Marcus messed up the exit of the bus stop and he went wide, got
That's
the grass
2
in
in
the
a row
wall.
for him. 2 in a row, and we have a caution here. That was they were on the 3rd lap. They're getting to the 4th of I believe 9. So we'll see where we end up when we go green here. But Marcus had a bad bus stop 2 laps in a row. He can't let that get to his head, right? Because that bus stop can be tricky. He's got to try and shake it off.
He
and
knows
get
he
through it.
has a fast car. I think, like I said, he's trying to do so much trying to get back in contention where he's trying to make move. I won't say make move, just get in the right position to
Yeah.
be in the right spot.
Actually, so to all our viewers out there, I don't know what people know about preset racing, but everybody starts lap 1 of the race. They all start on about even playing field. At the end of that stage,
Ooh,
which
contact,
is
Marcus is around.
18 into the 28 a bit, and he tried
11,
to
the
save
88,
it.
I
Oh,
reckon.
wow, there's about
Big
4
right
cars.
behind him.
The 55, 3, 88.
as a caution comes out here, so I want to reiterate that when on lap 1, when the green flag drops, everybody's on a slider 1 through 9, pretty well an even playing field. And Marcus and the 11 had pretty dominant cars. As now we see the 00 and the 28 are coming up through the pack, and they might just have a better adjustment. They might have known once that stage 1 ended, they got to pit, been able to make an adjustment where Marcus and Smitty may have just stayed right on the slider, and so they might have picked up some speed that way.
Yeah, one thing for sure that I noticed was that after that first caution, or after I think it was like the second caution, the leaders weren't pulling away as much as in the beginning of the race. It could be for a number of different things, right? But
So that was actually the
Mainly-
end of stage 2.
mainly it could be that, the pitting. Oh shoot! All right, wow, that was quick. Let's get going with this
Go
final
with the
stage.
flow. And Kay Larson are 1-2 at the end of stage 2.
All right.
Well, as we go
Congrats.
back green, we see that 55. He may have some time going to the pit. Maybe staying out with Boone, trying to see if they make it stretch it.
Boomhauer's getting that traction going right now. He took it wide. He didn't turn too much to get the car to spin. He didn't want that. He didn't get that. And he's in the lead. That was a great first corner. And going up through the S's as the 11 car is sitting behind him. About 6 car lengths behind. As we're going through the bus stop, these guys are mowing the grass.
Oh, it's like
Marcus.
Boone takes the
Wow. Marcus just,
side by side coming out the
threaded the
corner. It's
needle.
Boone and Smitty.
I'm on board with Smitty now, and third place isn't too close,
The
so
third
he can
place
be a
of
little
K-Mac is
offensive.
jutting back to the front
Yeah.
as he takes that corner wide.
Wait,
And like you said, it
Smitty's
worked.
trying to.
Oh,
Smitty
a
caught
little
the
on the
apron,
grass,
caught
a
the-
little on the grass.
He's in the pits.
No, he
Oh,
just
no,
missed
he
it.
avoided it.
Oh,
He
wow.
caught that Roman
And
strip
Marcus
coming
gets
through the
back to
final
third.
corner.
Man, he's going to have a lot of ground to make up now. But these guys are starting to spread out, right? The chances of a caution are going down. They're slimming down.
Ooh,
But as I
there's
say
a car
that,
in them.
the 20 car, I believe, got a little too hot going into turn 1. And that's unfortunate for him.
So I'm actually
28
back
around
here
the
with
88.
I'm back here watching the 28 as he's going back by the 19 on the S's on the first lap of this third stage. He actually went too high coming out before the carousel and got pushed all the way back to the back of the pack, and he's already around 3 or 4 of the drivers now. So he has a fast car back here in the 28 car.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that 28 car, man. Oh, this 19. Yeah, I think he's got a problem with that 88. It looked like that was kind of intentional. I don't know how you turn like that when you're trying to make a right-hand turn through the carousel and all of a sudden you just go left into the guy next to you. Yikes.
On my screen, I'm watching the 28, and the 19 is lagging all over the place.
All over the place, man.
I mean, he's left, he's right, he's sideways, he's upside down. He's going all over the place on my screen.
That's not good, man. He may have to make some changes. The 88 holds his breath as he clears him, thankfully, because that was a bad spot, too, to catch him. Imagine if he knocked you down into pit road. I mean, hey, it could work, but I don't think it will. The 19 just no brakes right into that safer barrier, that tire wall,
He
man.
got airborne. Oh, man. The 19's definitely struggling. Brian's having a hard time here at the Glen.
Oh, yeah. Look who's in
I'm
second
up here
now,
with
guys.
the leaders, and the top 3 is pulled away, and Marcus got back to second. He's trying to close to run down Boom right now.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of pressure too from Smitty, and that's tough when you got a guy that you got to focus on in front of
here
you
goes
and
Marcus.
behind
He's
you.
gonna try and make the move for the lead right here, as Boom
Dude.
takes it really wide.
Yo,
That's what
Marcus's
opens door for
car.
Marcus to get a run.
Marcus's car, he's so smooth right now. He's got to want to make sure to slow down a bit. Yeah, he's doing a good job. Tries to keep his lane, of course. It's tough to do. But Boom does
He's
a good
gonna
job
clear
giving
him.
him room.
Now can Smitty and
Oh.
Boom figure this out as they go through the S's?
Oh,
As
no.
Boom gets in the grass and they make contact.
You know what? You know what that was? You know what that was? That was a result
Oh,
of...
big contact.
The 0, the 3, the 11, the 55, the 28, 22, everybody's getting in
Oh
it.
my gosh. Yo, that was the result of the 22 of Boom being nice to the 11. They were going into that right-hander at the bottom of the S. He noticed that, oh man, there's a car inside, right? So he had to let off the steering a bit, and him letting off the steering just a tiny bit to help the 11 not wreck himself, it put him right into the grass on the left-hand side, took them all out. And you know what? He had good intentions with what he was doing, no doubt about it. But that's racing. That's what happens. You know, it's physics, right? Sure. But we're gonna bunch this pack up. again. I'm going to go green. Let's see if anyone tries to do some strategy here as the 00 and the 8, or I'm sorry, the 11 look like they're staying out. Let's see what that 00 can do up front now, as they look pretty good going into 1. Him and RJ do a good job. RJ gets a little wide, but it's nothing that the 00 can't handle. And the 55 is trying to give the 11 a little push, but
Ooh, the 28
back out.
through the S's. He hits the wall and into the 3. That's your points
no.
leader and your second in points.
I think there's going to be a caution with the 19 now.
I don't know, because he's all by himself back there, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope not.
Ooh, the 22 messes up in the S's.
No. Oh, man, he must be swearing up a storm. He was doing great. As the 11's got the lead.
I think as you were talking about Boomhauer trying to lift and help out the 11 and not be over aggressive, you know. I actually think that's what's been hurting the 28 of Larson is I've been in board with him with for about the last 10 laps or so, and on restarts he seems to be trying to be too nice to people, and it seems to be costing him. But he is one of the faster cars out there.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a great observation, Taddy. Man, like, you got to think, you don't want to be too giving because you're going to lose a lot of ground, and especially if you've got someone behind you, because they're not going to expect you to be that giving. So you got two things. You got a bunch
we got
to
a battle for the lead right now, as Marcus got a good run through the S. They're going to be side by side coming through out the S, and Marcus is going to get the lead. He made his pass through the S's.
Oh, man.
That's a power move, if I had to say one.
Man.
Smitty.
I wish dude, I didn't get to see it. I do see him around. I guess that's just, on TV too. They go to commercial, all of a sudden there's the lead change. But Smitty looks like he's having a little bit of an issue going through that
he might
carousel.
Carry too much speed going through the chicane.
Yeah,
that's gonna hurt, because Marcus is opening up a big lead, man.
Wow, look at that lead. You're right. But you don't want to overthink yourself too. These guys have hit fast laps. They need to continue to try and hit fast laps. But who's got the confidence in themselves right now? I think Marcus is the one with all that confidence. The 11, for sure. The 22, his day may have been ruined. You never know what's going to happen.
It's a rough one to say, because I'd say there's probably still 12 to 15 laps at least minimum left, and at this track that's almost 20 minutes we're talking about racing. Anything can happen still. It's a short amount of laps, but each lap's taking them about a minute 10, minute 15.
Ooh, call around. Rufus getting loose through the S's.
And as I say this, the 3, he messed up. He's around in the S's, and he was second in points going ahead of this. He was about 3-4 spots ahead of Larson.
And it looks like Smitty may have messed up to the S's too.
Losing some ground on that leader. Let's see what these guys can do. I love road course racing, guys. I don't know about you, I love it. Either you two use the steering wheel for this game?
Sadly, no.
See, dude, I use the steering wheel. I got a shifter. I got the clutch, and I love it here. I love road courses. I can heel toe downshift. I'm not the fastest, but I love it. In the league I was in, we went to Watkins Glen like a year ago in these Xfinity cars, and I had the gearing all set up so that I can be in second gear and it wouldn't spin me out, like coming off corners. And my buddy's like, hey, maybe you want to try and use the controller, see if you get a little faster. I felt insulted. I was like, no way, man. I love using this wheel. I enjoy this type of racing. I just want to saw the heck out of it, bang through those gears, and I wonder if any of these guys are in the same boat that I'd be in, and if they're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying it right now.
Well, I'm saying with the control, like saying we're here with that steering wheel, you're going to get a good workout. I can tell you that. Got all these left and rights, and like saying trying to hit your mark
Yeah, for sure, man. I've got my strength all the way up. I've got it all the way up. I tried to train for it, and I don't care if I'm slow. I don't care. I'm having a good time doing it. I hope these guys are having a good time too. It's a blast, and this 11 car is getting a little further away.
Is he still in
From
second? Is
reaching
Smitty
the.
still right in second?
No. He messed up through the bus stop a couple
I
laps
think
ago.
he's still in
yes,
second
that's right.
though.
Fourth. Go with the
Oh,
flow is
shoot.
in second right now. Then Kevin
No
Mason,
way.
K-Mac.
Oh,
No,
dude, I
K-Mac
thought.
is the car actually K-Mac is the car that's behind Smitty. And then you
I
have
thought
Larson right
that.
behind K-Mac.
Yeah, I thought the 18 was in front, and then
The 18 is the leader.
yeah,
I just couldn't
right.
Yeah,
tell who was in
And
second
then it's
anymore.
the 11, right? No, I think it is.
No, it's the
No,
18
he's
mark
right.
is the
Flo is
double
right in
zero
front of Smitty.
flow
Yeah.
because
Wow.
Smitty actually might
Way
say
to go.
looks like you might call it the burn come out the bus stop and he hit the inside wall, and that opened the door for go with the flow and Kevin Mack to get by him. I guess he just got by the 55 K-Mac. So,
Shoot. This is some good racing right here.
but still, they're all still trying to
Ooh.
catch the 18 right now. All the accuracy for those guys, they need another caution.
So, alright, I got a question for you, Trey. Say you're in this race. You're in the back of the pack. You're running almost 2 seconds slower than the leader. What do you do to help yourself get faster? Not to the car, but what do you do mentally? Are you pushing it hard, or are you just trying to keep your cool? What's your strategy with that type of situation?
Your best bet is to slow it down, because the reason why, like I said earlier, these guys who's running fast up front, they're going to make mistakes. Like I said, you saw Smitty make a mistake. You saw Marcus make a mistake. But here, and like I said, Marcus coming to pit roll. But another thing is, if I'm in the back, a couple seconds back, you might want to start saving some fuel. Like I said,
Did
run a
Marcus
second.
just short pit as the
Yeah,
leader?
Marcus
Yep.
did pit, and it looked like the wow, I just had it up here too, and I forget what car number it was. I'll think about it later, or it'll just be a surprise. The 19, yeah, it was the 19.
Brian.
19's in.
Yeah, he's in pit lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like saying, if I'm some of these guys in the back, either like say you do what the Brian did, short pit early and try to make time up, or you start like saying you start trying to save fuel, like don't start downshift, just keep it in fourth gear and just ride it out, because now he's got pushed to catch you while you are saving fuel.
Yo, that's a really good point, Trey. I never really thought of that when I'd be at road courses. I'd go all out, and if it saved, it saved. It didn't. I just think there's just too much room for, there's too much makeup
like saying
room
you
for the
had
other
to
drivers.
be in a certain spot.
Yeah, we went
Whereas
over
if
this
you're-
last week too, didn't we? You have to be in a certain spot to do a certain thing, and yeah, you're right.
Like saying,
if you're a couple seconds back, and I'm talking 10, 15 seconds back on a road course that's really easy to fall that far behind, it's not necessarily that you're trying to save fuel, but you don't have to run it as hard as if you're in second chasing the leader. You know what I mean? Like, so you going into the corner, instead of pushing it to its max, you might brake a little early and make sure that you make it through. No mistakes, basically. So by doing that, you're also still going to save fuel.
Yeah.
Like Trey said, you can keep it in fourth and try to save fuel. But at that point, what you're trying to do, as we've seen Marcus pit already, and these guys are all still out on the track, is you want to do the exact opposite of the leader. The leader short pits, you want to stay out. At this point, you hope for a caution. A caution comes out, you're able to pit, get your four fresh.
And he's
You're
still
right
behind
back
him.
with the leader with the fresh tire. Well, no, he'd probably stay out. So he'd get the lead back. But then when you pit,
Well, it depends
you
on
get
if
the
you
fresh
went a lap
tires, and
down
he's on
or
old
not.
stuff. Well, at a road course, typically when you pit,
You're not
gonna go lap
you're
down.
not gonna go lap down.
It's a
that's
15,
true. Very, very
30
true,
second instant
Yeah.
instead of the minute.
Instead of a minute 10 or
Double
so.
Zero's trying to get down
Yeah.
pit road. It looks like he hit the wall. Here
The
goes
11 and the
RJ.
28 are in the pits, so the 22, I believe, is going to take the lead over.
Oof, man, I would not want to have
I'm
that
riding on board
28
with
on my back. I don't
Marcus
want
right
anyone
now.
on my
He's
back.
coming through the chicane right now, and like I said, I'm gonna keep an eye on him, see what he plays out. But like saying, if you're in the back, this is where like saying you have to like save fuel, because if you try like pit early, like saying you pit now and just take fuel. At that, you're still probably gonna come out. You may gain 1 or 2 spots.
Yeah.
Where if you
Trey,
try
you
to
said
say,
you're with the leader?
yeah, I'm with Marcus
you
right
said you're
now.
with Marcus? What part of the track's he in?
He's entering
He's,
turn one
yeah,
right now.
As
turn
the
one,
leader
yeah.
is through the carousel right now, so that's about how much time you're going to lose when you pit in comparison
My
to the rest of the
gosh.
field.
Wow. Isn't that something?
But we all know Marcus has a real strong car, so
Yeah.
he's making time up right
Oh, we
now.
got a wreck in front of him. It looks like the
Oh,
3.
stay there, 3.
Oh,
Stay there, 3.
oh, so
Oh
he
my
goes
gosh.
it. But like I said, this is
18.
like saying if you're in the back, run. Just don't push it. Just make sure you can stay on the track, because
You know something that happened there through the pit cycle? If you look behind Marcus right now, that black 28 is right behind him, who is also pitted now. So the pit strategy of that 28 has now put him, when the pit cycles through, looks like he's going to be sitting pretty in second.
Yo, I think someone had to have done a little practice today. That's impressive.
I don't know if he took no tires and just enough fuel or what happened, but he made up a lot of ground. As Kay Larson was in like 5th or 6th place prior to the pit stops.
Man.
oh, it was like Marcus overdrove the corner, and that's going to allow the 28 to get the lead. I don't know if the 88 has some help in that, but
Jeez, dude.
Kay Larson has been strong this whole race. He hadn't had the best of luck earlier in the races. He kept falling behind, but whatever he did in the pits, he's got a strong car. And now, same thing. If you're Kay Larson right now, don't focus on driving in as hard as you can. Focus on hitting your marks. Make
Right.
Marcus make the mistake. He's
Yeah.
chasing you. It's not the other way around.
Right, you gotta hit your marks, be cool, be calm, and it'll come to you if you've got the right car under you.
He needs to just simply put a string of 7 or 8 laps here, finish it
Yeah.
out. Same as Chase Elliott had to this last weekend.
Right.
He's just got to put a string of 7, 8 perfect laps together and focus on him and his lap time, and this race is all his. It's his to lose at this point.
I'm with you on that, man. And you know what this race feels like to me? It feels like, oh man, it feels like you've got something going on, and it could all fall apart so easily. For some of these guys, I want to say, I don't know, but I want to see this 22 kind of move up. The 18's floating though. I can't believe that he's doing a killer job.
So I'm actually pretty interested here, as I'm on Boomhauer's YouTube as well. Daniel Thomas, if you want to subscribe. He's just now coming to pit lane. He has a 30-second lead over Larson and Marcus. So I'm interested to see where he comes out in pit lane in comparison, as he doesn't need a full 2 cans of fuel to make it to the end.
No, he doesn't. And one thing I'm kind of concerned with, though, he seemed a little conservative getting on the pit road. I don't know if that's going to help him make up
but
too
he,
much
like
ground.
saying, I don't know if y'all know, because Marcus and them coming onto the front stretch right now. They're coming down the front stretch, so
Yeah.
And it
don't
doesn't-
know.
Yeah, as Boomhauer's basically just now in his pit stall, so
Yeah.
Larson is going to take the lead here. Well, I'm not so sure where Kevin Macy is on the track, as Larson slips up, but so does
Kevin
Marcus.
pitted with Boom, so he's on pit road too with Boom. So yeah, he's got the lead.
That's good.
Marcus
these
is
guys are gonna help
definitely
each other
catching
out.
Larson.
It looked like Kay Larson may have made a little mistakes in turn 1, and he's trying to, like saying that pressure. He sees that white and red car behind him, maybe closing in just a little bit.
Yeah.
He's focused on that ticker, and you can see he's closing in. Marcus made a lot of time coming to that bus stop.
Dude, proud for Marcus. He works his butt off. Let's see if he can tie this one together.
I did notice that seems to be the point of the track that Marcus is what nobody else seems to have. The bus stop seems to be his dominant part of the track.
Yeah. But there were those 2 laps where he screwed up pretty easily. You know, you don't know what's gonna happen, and it happens. So let's just
You
keep him
know,
away
when
from
you
water
know that it's a
parks.
dominant part of the track, when you know it's your dominant part of the track, sometimes you think that in your head, oh, I'm going to gain so much ground. Let me just go a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And you push the limits too
Oh,
much as Larson
Larson
splits
drove it
up
in
and
deep.
Marcus is taking the lead.
Oh
He
man,
took
who's
that sucker
behind
in
these
deep. He took
guys?
it wide. Oh, they're gonna be side by side, going through
Third
the
place
S's.
is
Are they gonna
far
give each other
back.
room?
I think
Looks like they both get through it together.
the
Now
18 was
can
giving him a
Marcus?
warning. 18 was giving him a warning there. That's how I see it.
This is 5 laps to go right now as they're coming up to
Oh
get
my gosh.
to through the S's right now to get to 4 to go. 5
Oh,
laps
Oh,
remaining.
28
Marcus
a little
got
wide through the S's. Marcus had
Marcus
a
hit that
beautiful
bus
one.
stop perfect.
Perfectly, dude. Holy cow. That 18 car looks pretty darn clean. Let's see who else we got here. We got the 98. Who are you?
Now,
Yeah,
if
oh,
I'm
that's the
That'd be the
Larson,
11
I'm
and third.
That's
The
the
11 and
11.
third
I
with
don't
the
know why.
0, 0 and
Yeah.
fourth.
Because I can see, I
Now-
can read. It's horrible.
but it's saying if I'm Larson, I'm just waiting because you know Marcus is gonna try to push it, trying to get a gap. But when he makes that one mistake, you have to be there to pounce on it.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
you do.
while those two are racing for the lead, actually, I didn't see them in the rear there before, but that 11 and the 0, are
Yeah.
catching these two quick.
Yeah. That's awesome. You know, you got to work together, try and make your way. These guys are fighting up here. They're letting off, letting in, letting off, letting in, maybe dragging the brake a tiny
Oh,
bit.
it looks like Larson man caught the grass
Whoa,
coming through the
28.
S's.
I'm thinking that when Larson pitted, the way he made all that ground up was either no tires or 2 tires, and it's starting to not work out for him as the 11 now takes second.
Wow. All right, so how am I
Oh,
gonna
but
make
Larson's
this?
trying to do a crossover, trying to
Larson
get
and
by
Smitty
him.
make contact. Flo should be moving into second here. Oh no, Smitty shuts the door on him.
Sorry, I fell off that for a second there. I was paying attention to Boom's feed.
Yeah, Larson just may have pushed it just a little bit too much, trying to stay out in front of Marcus. Maybe them tires are heated up now. It's starting to show the effects of it.
Oh man, we got a few more to go. What is it? They're coming to what was that? 3 to go right here.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be coming to 2 to go.
No,
Wow.
I think they just came to 3 to go.
Yeah, yep. They came to 3 to go, so yeah, they'll be coming to 2. Let's go find that leader, see if everything's all right with him. Everything looks good. You know, this guy's got a clean car. He knows what he's doing right now. It's sick. This is
As Larson
such
is
a
now
race.
falling back behind Boomhauer. So Larson's falling back to 5th, and I'm on board with him. And he still seems to be struggling a lot of these turns. So I'm for sure thinking that he took probably no tires.
So, alright, man, I got a question for you, Taddy. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. What preset do you go with at a road course?
So I was driving with some of the guys earlier, and it's preference, driver's preference. And I'm going to
Sure,
clarify
right?
this is Noco and I were racing. We were doing some practices with Boomhauer, with Marcus, some of these guys. And Boomhauer started on a 4 or a 5 for a preset. And Noco and I were both running a 9. I tried an 8, and some of the corners I felt really tight, and Boomhauer was complaining that he was real tight. If you like your car loose and you can handle it, you want to run an 8 or a 9 at a road course. If you don't want the rear end kicking out when you drop into a second gear or third gear, you're going to need to run a 6 or a 7. You know, it's really all driver preference. None of these sliders are any better than the other one. It's just, it helps you to your different driving preference.
Ooh, you know, that's good to know. Thank you for saying that. I'm gonna try some different things now. The 3 coming out of the carousel though, just smashed that outside wall.
Right in front of Smitty, it looked like.
Whew. That 22 and 28, they're probably the closest battle we got right now.
Well, Smitty's closing little by little to Marcus, but I don't think he's going to have enough time
Not at all,
unless
right?
Marcus make a mistake or a caution comes out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna stick with Marcus. He's been very calm, very cool with this. Really nice to see. You know, going back to the whole setup thing, right, guys? I remember when I first started doing this, the road course stuff, and I'd go to do a pit adjustment. I'd be like, I don't know what to do. So you know what I did? I put my all four tires to 32 pounds because that's what it says on the inside of the door frame of my car. You know, put the tires to 32. Sure, why not? Road course, I'll do whatever my personal driver car says. But I guess it really doesn't matter. It's just a driver's preference with the
It
setup.
really is compared to a mile and a half track where, like saying,
Uh,
making
Ooh,
like
18's got
Not
the
to cut you
88.
off, not to cut you off, but this is Marcus coming to the checkered flag right now as he takes
No
the final
way.
corner. This is the checkered
It
flag.
is
Marcus is going to win the
Marcus
Xfinity
3
race at the Glen.
Congrats,
3 in a
Marcus,
row.
dude. Oh, man. He must be thrilled right now. I can't wait to see what he does later on tonight, man. That's crazy. And we're going to what, Atlanta?
Atlanta, another
Yeah.
great track, another
Oh,
one of
man.
Marcus's
That's
favorite
going to be
tracks.
sick. That's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome. Congrats to him. I don't know about you guys. I feel like he did an excellent job with the field, working his way through the field. He was calm, cool. He didn't push subjects. He was patient, and I think that helped him get that win. So congrats to him.
And I think that pit strategy has worked out. Him short pitting, he came out while everyone else's was starting to fall off.
Yeah,
And strategy plays key, more so probably at a road course than a oval track. But with him short pitting, he forced the hand of everyone else to do something different because he had that big lead. And had he done it the other way, had he been the one that pitted late, he probably wouldn't have gotten that victory. So I want to say great job overall. Perfect execution by the 18 Toyota of Marcus Edub.
yo, dude, you're on point with that. He won by what, like 3 seconds? That could have changed things if his strategy was different. He was making some right moves. He's got a lot of momentum on his side right now, and that's great. So I'm guessing we're not going to do interviews just yet, right? So that you have
The
time.
drivers only have a 15-minute break
Exactly. Yeah.
before they go to Atlanta.
All right.
Um,
Let's. Yeah.
Real quick, let's see. And Marcus also had the fastest lap of the race with 1 minute and 9 seconds. So they did a great job. And back to what you were saying, Atlanta will be in 8:50 Eastern time is when they're going to do the qualifying for Atlanta. So about 8:55 Eastern time is when we're going to be back. We'll probably be broadcasting here at about 8:50, as the race should be going green about 8:55.
Dude, I can't wait. That was fun. I, I'm just so happy for those guys. Uh, Look at how they went through all those corners so well. They didn't bunch up each other, really. They had a caution or so early on. They figured it out. Really good racing. I can't wait to see what they're going to be doing on this oval track. But I think you know, for now, let's take that break. Everyone that watched with the Giggity Racing League channel. Everyone appreciates it. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back at 8:50 or so, and we'll get going at Atlanta. You guys got anything else you want to say?
Uh, I just want to finish with a congratulations to Marcus and the whole entire Toyota team there as he brought him to victory.
Darn right, man. He definitely did. How about you, Trey?
I might just get ready for Atlanta.
You're ready
Hit
for
that
Atlanta. I'm
subscribe.
ready too.
Yeah, but to all the people out there in YouTube world, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that likes button. We always like a like. Also, leave us a comment if you want to come join us. Like I said, we always looking for drivers, good, clean drivers. Heck, if you don't want to be a driver, you want to be in the booth, we got openings in there too. Just shoot us a message. Like I said, we're on Twitter now. If you want to come follow us too. What's the Twitter handle? Do you know, Taddy?
No, I have no idea. I think it's just
They're gonna have
Giggity
to they're
Racing
gonna
League.
have to stay tuned then for the next one.
Yeah,
Figure it
I'll
out for
find out. I'll
that.
find out before the next race.
Yeah. stay tuned for the next episode. But yeah, all
Real
right.
quick
Yeah.
on our page here, it says business account would like to run that Atlanta race. Apologies, we can't let anybody join this race, but if you want to get in and start racing with us, contact us. My PSN name is KTaddy6369. Um, Kevin Tattersall, he's the name right there on the YouTube. That's me. Just get a hold of me and we'll get you in. We do a dash to let everybody in prior to the race night. So if you guys want in, just contact me. And tomorrow night we have custom Xfinity series. So more than welcome to try to get people in.
Oh, that sounds like a blast. And that's great. Let's get more guys in here with the Giggity Racing League. So for Taddy, Trey, myself, Enoch, all you viewers, come on back, take a break, get a snack, use the restroom, do whatever you gotta do. We'll see you in 13 minutes or so, guys, for some Atlanta racing.